still missing a few people, but we could probably just get started.
Jeez. Scared me. Of course, Devin and his you should see behind the scenes right now.
This is hilarious. He's our director. And oh, this is awesome. Okay, so we'll just get started.
Are you taping this? Hey, Kurt!
Hi, Kurt. Let's see if I know how to do it now from here. Video setting. Record. Here. Record on this computer.
Good shit.
Okay.
No, he's just like chilling out.
I think we're ready to go. So thanks all for coming today.
Welcome, welcome.
Woohoo! And thanks for your patience as we kick off our first interview webinar together. I always have to deal with technical challenges, especially during solar storms. So I'm Heather Tesh, if you guys don't know me, and this is my friend Kristine. And I also have healed from some chronic illnesses, and I thought it would be inspirational to share other people's stories who also have healed, because we all need a little more inspiration and motivation in our life. And so Kristine and I had met a few months ago. I had asked for feedback about a business idea I had, and she responded, and we just hit it off. And so I figured let's start with us two doing an interview together and hearing her story. So that's what brings us here today. So we'll just turn it over. We're going to do like interview style, and I'll ask Kristine questions, and she's just going to share everything about her, all the nitty ditty little gritty details, the juicy deets. So, okay, so Kristine.
Well, first we should start off with we're not doctors.
Yes,
We're not
good point.
Professional. We don't know everything about everything. Myself.
I'd like to claim that I do.
Yeah, I'm an expert at my own illness, and just because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So we
And same here.
Same caveat is have a doctor, see a functional medicine doctor, see a conventional doctor, whoever you decide to see, but make sure that you're seeing somebody to direct your plan.
And someone that you trust
Yeah.
completely.
Totally.
Yeah. Good points. Okay. So, Kristine, you were diagnosed with lupus in
11.
Yeah. Okay. And it only took you like 8 months or something to heal.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about your story?
Okay, so lupus, for anybody that doesn't know, it's where a person's immune system attacks its own organs and tissues. So it can be systemic, where it goes throughout the body. It can just be certain organs. For me, it was more my skin and my joints. It wasn't really so much my organs, like my kidneys or my liver. So that was a good thing. 1.5 million people in the United States have a diagnosis of lupus,
That's
which
freaking
is
crazy.
pretty high.
Yeah.
And then 5 million people in the...
And that's only people then that have been diagnosed, because there are probably a whole bunch of others who have no idea.
Right on.
Yeah, that's scary.
It is.
Yeah.
And then about 5 million are diagnosed with lupus in the world. So kind of cool. And maybe something that you guys don't know is that there's actually a lot of celebrities that have lupus. Lady Gaga just came out and was
Did she?
diagnosed with lupus. Yes.
Oh, bless her heart.
Recently, not
Yeah.
like recent, but and Seal has lupus. Nick Cannon has lupus, and Selena Gomez has lupus.
Oh, I knew that one because
She just recently had a big surgery for her lupus.
I didn't know it was because of lupus.
Kind of interesting.
Interesting. Yeah.
So a little bit about my history. I, grew up in a really good family. I had good friends and family. I had a good childhood. I had good memories as a child. And I just remember sleeping a lot. I slept like 10 to 12 hours every day. Nice. I'd wake up, go to work or go to school, and then I would go back to bed. I would have to take naps all the time. And in college, I'd sleep all the time, and my roommate would be like, "God, you sleep all the time."
Now, did you think that was normal?
No, I knew it wasn't normal,
Okay.
but I never thought I had a disease. I
Right.
never thought, I just thought, well, I just need more sleep than other people, I guess.
Right,
And
yeah.
I feel more fatigued.
Yeah.
So. But that happened then, and I was on an American standard diet. I ate the junk food. I love the pasta, the breads. all the junk boxed foods,
Well,
the Velveeta
really,
and
really
cheese.
Oh yeah, and what is the one in the box? Is that Velveeta?
Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah.
and then the stuff you like throw out of the bag and like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
so love that. Love my McDonald's.
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts are good. I didn't love Pop-Tarts, but
No.
they were good. And so I would do that. I would work my shift at the hospital till like midnight. I would swing through the McDonald's parking lot at midnight, get myself a little sandwich, and eat it at midnight. I mean, how unhealthy was
Right.
that? So,
But we didn't know any different. That's the thing. And back then, that was healthy. We didn't realize the effects
Yeah.
that our lifestyle have on our health. So.
I had no idea.
No.
So that was that. I pretty much had like 2 veggies a week, maybe. I don't even know if I ate that many servings of veggies in a week.
Veggie? What's a veggie?
Exactly, pretty much. So I was very unhealthy in the diet area. People always ask me, what do you think caused your autoimmune disease? And, I can't pinpoint one thing that I can say this is what happened and I got my disease.
Right.
But, I grew up with chronic ear infections. And so I had antibiotics all growing up. And then through my teenager years, I started getting acne. So then I was on like chronic antibiotics for that, and also for sinus infections. So I was on a lot of antibiotics. So that was one thing. And then my diet, obviously, with chemicals and toxins, and I wasn't really feeding my body good things. And then went to nursing school, which was very stressful.
A little bit.
In 2007, graduated and started my nursing career, and that was also very stressful. I was an inpatient nurse, and was very stressful in my job.
Yeah.
So,
And I think what you've been saying then is that it's not one specific thing that causes it, because we don't get sick overnight.
Yeah,
And
sure.
it's been something that has accumulated throughout time, and there's all these lifestyle factors just end up playing a big, huge part, and in the end, your body just can't take any more of it.
It's like a perfect storm.
Right. Yeah. And so maybe we should say what autoimmune is, in case some people who don't know what it is know.
Sure.
So most doctors say that the autoimmune disease is that where the body is attacking itself, but I totally disagree with that, and you can pitch in with what you think it is. And I got this viewpoint from the medical medium, and Bree would probably agree with this, that our bodies are so intelligent that they never ever attack themselves. Like, it wants to heal itself. It wants to live and survive and be prosperous. So why on earth would God or higher power, whatever you believe in, universe source, create something that's going to attack itself? It wouldn't. So essentially what autoimmune disease is then is that there's infections in the body, and the body is, and it might be in like particular organs, and the body is attacking that infection that might be in that organ. It's not attacking the actual organ itself. And so that's what I think is critical, because when we say that like the body is attacking the body, that's very disempowering, and people feel like, okay, there's no hope.
Is there something wrong with me?
Exactly. Like, I'm
broken.
falling apart and broken, and I'm meant to be doomed for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Totally.
And I feel like
That makes total
with
sense.
your story, it shows, that healing is possible. And when we are empowered to take our health in our own hands, then anything is possible.
For sure. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Woo! We're nerds.
Okay, where was I? I also did not have a family history of lupus, which was surprising for my rheumatologist, because a lot of lupus runs in families. And so that was always a question mark he had was, I wonder, how you got it. And
There must have been some gene that wasn't yet expressed in your
Yeah.
family, and it somehow got expressed in you. Yeah.
so interesting.
Very interesting.
But,
So how
and-
did you know, sorry to interrupt, but like, how did you know that something was like terribly wrong and that you needed to go in to the doctor?
I started getting really intense joint pain. Like my joints would be so swollen, like little sausages, and I couldn't open jars.
Did
and
they
I couldn't
taste like sausage?
No, they did not. It was so hard to do anything. At one point I couldn't lift my arms over my head, and so I had been to all these specialists to figure out what was going on. They thought I had like an impingement in my joint in my arm, and they were like giving me shots in there and all that kind of stuff, and nothing was helping. So at that point they were like, okay, this is more than just like an impingement or something. You need to go get further workup. So in 2011, I'd be working at the hospital, and the nurses there would be like, you have to go in. You have to be seen for this. And I was so scared. I didn't know what it was. I was thinking, oh my God, what if it's MS or ALS? Or, I always think of the worst. And I just was like, I'm not going in. I'm just like, maybe it'll go away. Like, who thinks like that? But I was in that mindset. And eventually they were just like, you have to go in. You can't even, I couldn't like open the med like containers for patients.
Oh my gosh.
It was so bad where I couldn't grip. My like fine motor skills were just not there. And
That's
so
crazy.
I had went into my primary care first, and they did a bunch of workup on just inflammatory lab, and they were like, yeah, you need to see a rheumatologist. And so went and saw him. And
Okay, so people want to get tested for lupus if they suspect that they have lupus. They should go to a rheumatologist.
well, first you need to see your primary care, because then they would refer you to the rheumatologist if you need that. So you'd see your primary care. They would do like just general lab tests, like a sedimentation rate and probably a CRP, which is like a inflammatory marker. And then they could, some of them do further testing, and some just do like the basics. And so then they would do those, and then they would recommend you go to a rheumatologist.
Okay. And what are like the common symptoms of lupus that people should be like on the lookout for?
Yeah, joint pain is really common. The butterfly rash, people may
Oh, like that's right here?
The
Okay.
rash. I never got that. I had like photosensitivity to light, but I never had like the actual like pink rash on my.
Well, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it was not terrible not to have that.
Yeah.
So you can have dry mouth, dry eyes. You can have skin issues. Liver, like I said, liver, kidney, and heart disease. And so they test all your, those type of labs to make sure that your kidney isn't failing and things like that.
And I'm sure, like, is there any, like, digestive problems that
I had a
hurt
lot of
you?
digestive problems. I think a lot of people with autoimmune in general just have
because all health starts in the
the
gut.
gut. Good quote.
I think we're like sisters from another mother and dad and family.
Okay, where was I?
Oh, we're talking about, so you were diagnosed in 2011.
Yes.
Now, what treatment did they put you on?
Yep, he put me on prednisone first, initially, and that worked within hours. Like, I took that pill, and my
That's
joints...
just like a steroidal
Yes.
anti-inflammatory,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yep, and he gave me that on purpose. He said, this will work very quickly, and you'll be out of your pain, because I was in extreme pain. Like, my joints were throbbing. I could hardly walk. I couldn't lift my arms. And he put me on that for 2 weeks, and that was awesome. That was like my savior, like for right away. But I was on prednisone and was like jittery, and the symptoms of being on side effects of prednisone aren't fabulous either.
Okay.
So, and then he started me on Plaquenil, which is an anti-malarial drug.
Oh, interesting.
For malaria, also used for lupus as well. But he put me on that one, and then I have been on that for 5 years after I started that one.
Oh, wow.
So, but that was scary because the side effects were pretty intense. He comes in the room and tells you have lupus, and you're scared out of your mind. You don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what is that?
Yeah.
So he had to explain all that to me, and then...
So what did go through your mind? Like, when he first told you that, what did you, like, initially think?
Well, I was relieved initially because I was thankful that it wasn't something worse.
Yeah.
I think. And then the fear kicked in, and then it was like, oh my God, what is this? I don't even know what this is, and like, how is this going to affect my life? Like, am I going to be able to live the same life that I am living now?
Yeah, so a little bit of fear. But how can you not be fearful?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a serious diagnosis.
Yeah. So... And then he kind of walked me through like the side effects of the med, seizures, and always the side effects of every med are pretty intense. So you gotta,
Yeah.
go through that. And then He a lot of vision changes can happen, so they check your vision with Plaquenil every 3 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, to kind of keep an eye on it because you can have vision disturbances and like retinal toxicity in your eyes. So that was probably one of the scariest side effects of that. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to lose my vision.
No.
So
Oh no. Don't you know?
you're so Minnesotan.
So at what point, I mean, because I'm sure at this point you're just going to do anything and everything, and he was the doctor, so you're going to follow what he says.
Yeah.
And then what point, though, did you decide that, okay, enough is enough, I don't want to be on the drugs anymore?
Yeah, I kind of felt that way the whole time. Like, as I was like the 5 years, I was just thinking, this cannot be my life. Like, I cannot just have this for the rest of my life and have to take this med and worry about all these side effects happening to me.
Right.
There has to be something else. I always thought that, but I never knew what it was. I just
Right.
kind of went along with it and was like, well, he's my doctor. I trust him.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let him have my plan of care and trust that he knows the best thing for me, which isn't always
Always the case.
the best.
That we learn.
Yeah. So, and in April of 2016, me, my best friend Chantel, and my mom went to Fit Fest, which is like this event they put on in Minneapolis where you can like try all these new workouts at all these places, and then you can go around and like little presenters like speak. And so I was like, oh, I'm curious about this gluten. It was like a gluten-free or something like that. And it was Stephanie Meyer, who is the local blogger for Fresh Tart. And she spoke about how she was healing her body with the autoimmune protocol. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, sign
so
me
you
up,
were like
please.
won over right away?
Yeah.
You didn't need any convincing?
No, they like cooked food for us. and
Okay,
the
well, then
food
done.
was awesome. And I was like, you know what? I have to look more into this. I'm like, and she was great. She was wonderful at presenting and the way she said it all. And so I was like, I need to look into this. I need to see what this is all about. And that was just like my whirlwind, my spin into like the...
That's amazing. That one person.
Yeah.
That was all you needed. And then your
I was
life like
determined.
turned like completely.
I was like, yeah, I think I always had the fire in me. Like, this cannot be my life. I cannot always live like this. This is just, I have so much more. So
I think that is amazing because so many of us do think that, okay, well, this is life and I can't do anything about it. So for you to just instinctively know that there's something better, that's spectacular.
Thanks. Yeah, it was cool. It was very cool. And then I just came home and I was just like the person that like was psychotic about like learning about this. Every blog,
Like,
I did like Sarah Ballantyne, the Paleo Mom. I would read everything she wrote. The Chris Kresser, Mark Hyman. I was just like in the world of paleo.
And then it's
like,
exciting too because you see all the possibilities and all the fun stuff that you get to try, and it's just super exciting time.
Totally.
It's scary, but it's also exciting.
Yeah. So I kind of had to be like, okay, I need to see a functional medicine doctor. I need to find somebody to like help me navigate this because it was so overwhelming. It was just like one blog would tell you to take this, and then this blog would tell you to take this, and it was just like, okay, I need to like rein it in a little bit. So that's when I saw my functional medicine doctor, and that was in May 1st, 2016, and that's when I started the autoimmune protocol. I kind of did that on my own first before I saw anybody, and went through all the process of that.
Did you do the whole like elimination and re-intro?
I did.
Okay, so maybe we need to kind of talk about what AIP is.
Yes. So the autoimmune protocol is kind of a protocol to help you determine kind of your food allergies, sensitivities, reverse nutrient deficiencies, balance your gut flora, and heal your body over a long-term period.
Yes.
Well, 30 days. They say or more, but
So and like so on to that point, like I know in a lot of my healing journey, I would try all these different protocols and diets, and they would say in 30 days this will happen, in 6 months this will happen, and so then, oh gosh, in this specific amount of time, I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna be completely healed.
Yeah.
And I went on for like that for I'd say 3 years, thinking that this diet is gonna be the miracle diet, or this supplement's gonna be the miracle supplement, this doctor is gonna be the miracle doctor, and then it didn't. I still was experiencing symptoms for 5 years, and then I finally realized, okay, this the body takes a long time to heal, and this is
Totally.
going to be my life.
Yeah.
Like, eating this way and live this lifestyle is going to be forever.
Yeah.
And so I think when people start healing, we have to grasp that idea that it's not just a quick, like,
Right.
it's going to be in 6 months and I'm going to be healed.
No, that's not
doesn't
how it
work
works.
that way.
No.
Yeah.
And it's not meant, the autoimmune protocol and the strictness of that is not meant to be your whole life.
Yeah.
You're meant to reintroduce, but in order to find out what you're intolerant to, you have to take it out in order
Right.
to, and bring it back in. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you'll never know. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
So that was exciting. You take out a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
We can like tag underneath here the video or on your website maybe how to find out more information about that, because it's a lot. It's cool and it's
Overwhelming, and you
Overwhelming.
need the support big time. And that was my other question was for you when you started healing. Like, do you feel like you had the community and support I feel like a lot of people don't have when they're healing from something so serious?
Yeah, I did. I had a great support. My friends, my family,
That
Devin,
makes such a big difference.
my partner. Yeah, everybody was so supportive, and even though they didn't understand it and they were like, "Oh, that's kind of like wow,"
Yeah.
they still supported me. And Devin was awesome. I would cook and he would eat the same type of foods, and I would kind of change it a little up for him to make it a little better, but at least it wasn't like him bringing home pizzas every day and me having to stare at him watch him eat.
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, and my parents always were so supportive. Like, you go, girl. Yeah, do
Wow.
it.
So they believe in like a holistic approach to healing.
Yeah, open to it. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. And I think I've opened them more to it. Like, just watching my journey and seeing how much I've healed. I
Yeah.
think that is.
Oh, and I'm
makes
sure
it more
you've
believable.
impacted way more people too, like even all your colleagues.
I
and
hope
stuff.
so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And now you get to impact more people.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, so that's that. And I think the most important part was like meal planning and like batch cooking and doing it all at one time and having it in the fridge and just having it there so that I didn't have to be like, oh my God, I have nothing to eat. And then,
Right.
then you're like, okay, let's just go out to dinner and have whatever I need to have.
Yeah.
So,
So when you first started looking into the holistic approach, you started with food. Mm-hmm. And then, like, how did you know that that was the first place you should start with? It was because of the Fit Fest lady? Is that what
I think that's where I started
Okay.
because of like the blogs. Yeah, probably because of Stephanie and hearing her story and that food changed her life so much.
Yeah.
And then just the blogs, they focus a lot on food is medicine, and
Right.
what I was eating was not helping my body.
And you're the doctor who diagnosed you didn't say anything about medicine, or not medicine, but food.
My
The
rheumatoologist.
guy who died- yeah, the
No.
rheumatologist.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like 75 years old. And
Oh, bless.
yeah, they all they know is what they've been taught.
Yeah.
They don't know any different. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
So I know.
I just
But then
imagine
I
an old
left
little
him.
Man, like,
I left him and I found a more functional rheumatologist, and that's when a year and a half after I was diagnosed, I went off my meds. And she said, yeah, try to go off the Plaquenil, see how you feel. Your labs look good. Everything was, back to normal for my
so
lab.
you didn't change anything else except for just your diet, and then lupus went into remission.
Well, I mean, I did multiple things in between. I would exercise. We were on supplements. My functional medicine doctor, we tried to heal. The stool test was showing candida overgrowth, so yeast overgrowth.
Yeah.
So, we treated that with a bunch of herbal things. And my bacteria imbalance in my gut was like, I didn't have any lactobacillus in there and bifidobacterium. So then they had to like take a bunch of probiotics. So I did that. And then just started working on like mindfulness and just being positive and just telling myself I'm going to get better. I'm going to do this, and there's just no other option.
Right.
I'm going to do this.
Well, and it's interesting because I feel like when you have chronic illness, you get so into survival mode. Like, you will do anything to survive, and you won't give up. And it's interesting because I always remember people, like, I'd eat like Kristine, and people would always be like, well, how do you have such willpower? I'm like, it's not willpower, it's survival. If I don't do this, I literally feel like I'm going to die.
Right.
Yeah, and it's hard for people to grasp that. But
Yeah.
that's the case for a lot of us.
But when you feel better, when you're on the other side of
Yeah.
it, you look back and like, oh my God, this is so worth it. Like I suffered with acne for my entire life. I would
God, your skin is so
have-
like perfect. I couldn't even see that.
It's not perfect, but
It is.
it's so much improved. Like I would have cystic acne like all over my face. It was disgusting, and it like affected the way I felt about myself, and it was my gut. It like was. I found out it was dairy. All the dairy that I would eat like blocks of cheese. It was like I'm from Wisconsin, so like cheese is the.
You literally are a cheesehead.
I know. And so I would eat literally blocks of cheese and bags of cheese, and that was just, making me so sick.
Oh my god.
Looking back on it, it's like, oh,
And that's
duh.
probably what's causing all the ear infections when you were growing up.
Totally. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta figure it all out and all makes sense.
Just you big box of Velveeta.
Oh, I love cheese. It was the best.
Yeah, who doesn't?
And bread. I would eat like loaves of bread. It's like so unhealthy.
Do you have a gluten sensitivity?
No, I don't think I'm so sensitive to gluten,
Yeah.
but dairy I definitely am.
Okay.
So
But the inflammatory properties
I
of
just stay
gluten
away
are
from
just,
it.
Yeah.
It's just
It's not worth it.
No. Unless somebody makes me some good gluten-free bread, like then I'm like, okay. I'm okay without it.
Totes, man.
Yeah.
So you started with food, and obviously in between the healing journey, you did food and then incorporated supplements, and obviously had to heal the guts. And you worked on mindset change. So tell me more about that, like, because that I feel is a huge, huge part of being able to heal from chronic illness or any illness and life in general. Just getting through everyday life.
Totally. Definitely. Well, mindset was like more like positive self-talk too. Like I was so negative before, and it was such a scary process going through all this, and just kind of switching that to be like, okay, there's a purpose that this happened to me. This is a journey. I'm getting through it. I will be fine. I am safe. And then just meditation to kind of slow down. I was such a fast-paced person. Like I was always like never just like enjoying the moment, and
Right.
like, just.
I think it's funny because, not funny, but interesting, because a lot of the people I find who have chronic illness, we're all like the same type A people, but we're also super sensitive, but we don't realize how sensitive we are until we get sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, we take everything in, and we're perfectionists, and we're go, 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 go. And yeah, and I think it's,
And stress is the number one, predictor.
and a lot of
autoimmunity.
people, that's what triggers their autoimmune issues, a stressful event.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
I wonder if the nursing, when you ended up going to nursing school, if that
I always wonder
had a
that
big
too.
trigger.
And I would be so anxious to go to work every morning because my job was so stressful and so scary, and I just always had that anxiety every day. So yeah, it definitely could have led to
right.
it for sure.
Because that also
never
decreases
know.
the immune system and it hurts the gut. And
totally.
God,
So
it's crazy how everything is such a holistic approach.
yeah, it all kind of fits together
Yeah.
in some way.
Yep.
There's a reason for it.
So food, and then mindset, and then you said you also did exercise. So tell me about what kind of exercise you do, or you were doing while you're healing. Because I know a lot of times the body, it takes so much energy to go into healing
Yeah.
that we need to slow down and do different forms of exercise that still allow us to move, but let us still rest and digest at the same time.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that in the beginning.
Right? I know.
I
I ran a half a
I did it.
marathon.
Did you?
When I was sleeping only 2 hours a night for the first year I was healing,
How did
I
you
ran a
have
half a
energy for
marathon.
that?
I don't know. But I thought for some reason it was helping me.
Well, because you feel like you were taught, like, go
Go,
hard,
go.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. The harder you work, the harder
Yeah.
you're going to get results or whatever. And it's not like that
It's
at
not
all.
like
That's
that.
how I was in the beginning. And then I kind of like, okay, I do better when I don't work out every day. And I kind of figured that out. And then I figured
Yeah.
out, like, yoga, even though in the beginning I was like, yoga is so dumb. This is not helping me. It's because I couldn't slow down.
Yeah.
It was like slowing me down. And I was like, this is so boring.
Right? That's what I first thought too.
And then
And it
was
wasn't
like,
enough of a workout.
Yeah. You didn't
Yeah.
sweat
Yeah.
as much. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I found that seems to be I like to do yoga now.
What style?
Call me just like
Vinyasa?
flow or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We did Kundalini one time, and I was like,
Gosh, I want to try that so bad.
It's interesting. It's like
It's a lot of breath work and
drums
stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, you like feel like you're gonna hyperventilate.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if this stuff is for me.
And I heard that if you have anxiety, that kind of breathing isn't good.
Oh, really?
Because it actually makes you feel more anxious.
Like activates it more. Ah.
So you need to like do more deep diaphragmatic breath. And I mean, if you think about it, it makes me like super hyperactive.
Jack doesn't like it either. He's like, quit it.
Poor Jack. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
That's
But I
awesome.
like short, and I like shorter. I used to do like hour workouts, and now I'm just like 20 minutes, get it done, and not have to like do P90X style. Like
when some people say
intense.
that if you go more than 20 minutes, especially straight cardio, it actually puts more stress on the adrenals. And so
Believe
you're
that,
smart to listen to your instincts and know to stop.
Yeah.
And then you're also, one of your favorites is skincare.
Oh yeah, I love skincare. Yeah.
Look at you light up.
I know. I love skincare. Totally. It's made a difference in my acne. That's probably why I like love it so much, is because it's made such a difference in how I feel about myself and how my skin looks. And it's no longer like dry. I used to cake on Proactive and, you know, all those like really intense like ones that would try to like kill the bacteria and stuff. And it was just, I didn't need those. I just needed like a light, gentle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Because your belief then, and it's true, that the skincare that we put on also affects our organs in our body.
Oh, definitely.
So you think that's a firm thing that, or big thing that has helped you in your healing journey?
For
too?
sure. I think, you know, there's so many endocrine disruptors, especially for women in, oh, I love it. What is she cooking?
I don't know, but it's kind of fun to watch her go. She's just...
What are you cooking?
It looks fabulous. Share with us.
I'm making a apple pie.
Ooh.
Apple pie?
I made a tiger nut crust.
Do you like the tiger nut flour? Oh,
I wonder if I can turn it.
I want that.
I should have brought some.
You have it?
But I don't. It doesn't do well with my belly.
Oh.
I've been craving pie all week.
That's random.
I know.
Have you made this pie before?
No.
Oh. You'll have to let me know how it is.
Yeah, share with us on the Facebook page.
I will, for sure.
Awesome.
I'm just like batch cooking as you're talking about batch cooking.
Oh, I love it though. You gotta. Multitasker.
Okay, what other steps did you do to heal?
Oh, focus on sleep. That was my number one.
That's big.
I like did not need 12 hours of sleep. It was actually harmful to me to have that
Really?
many hours. Yeah, it was making me more tired to sleep the 12 hours. So as I healed, I did better with just getting my 8 hours of sleep, and that's it. I didn't need any more than 8 hours.
That's impressive. So what are you at now? 8 hours?
8 hours is my good. Like, I feel good at 8 hours. If I sleep more, I feel more tired. And if I sleep less, I feel terrible. Like, I just feel
Yeah, you can tell.
like foggy. And
I'm always amazed at those people who can go like 5 hours and feel good. Like
yeah,
my
some
husband
people can, but there's a
I
very,
can't.
yeah.
That's not good though, because we need our sleep. That's when our body repairs itself
Totally.
and sets up our hormones for the next day and everything.
But maybe that works for him. Maybe he's.
No, it doesn't, because then he sleeps forever on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, okay. So he tries to make up for
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Which
Dumb.
isn't healthy.
No, it's not. It's like when people are those weekender exercisers, you know, where you don't work out all week and then you just go to town on
Yeah,
weekends.
exactly. Doesn't work very well.
No. I wish I could sleep 12 hours. That sounds amazing right now. But
I feel worse when I do, so I
That is-
try not to do that. So.
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So what have you learned the most through your healing journey?
I think to be patient and not be so hard on myself.
Ooh, that's a good
when
one.
things are, because it's kind of like a roller coaster when you go through disease. You kind of have the phase where you feel bad for yourself and you feel like you're never going to get better. And then you kind of learn things and you're like, oh, it gives you hope again.
Yeah.
And kind of work through that. And then there are good days and bad. There's ups and downs, and you just have to go through the process. It takes forever for the body to heal if it's in disease. So
Right.
no one just gets better, like you said, in 30 days.
Right. And it's interesting because we all want that magic pill or whatever to make it happen, or that magic diet, but it doesn't. And I always say to people, it's like, so a plane, when it's going from Minnesota to Florida, it doesn't go straight there. You know, it's like all over the place, up and down and swirl. Well, it doesn't really swirl. It would be really crazy and scary if it did.
That'd be interesting.
But yeah. But that's essentially what it is. What it's like. It's all over the place. So you take 5 steps forward, and all of a sudden it's like 10 steps back. And
Yeah.
it, you know, it's
When you
so
heal
hard.
one thing and then you find out you have something else, or you
Yes.
go on vacation
Oh,
and you
it's
drink
the worst.
water,
Yep.
and you
and
get
then you're set back like in
Yeah.
another. Yeah. all
So
over,
it's like
yeah.
an ongoing process, and you just gotta like be laid back about it and just
And take
not let
it,
it like
yeah.
ruin your life when you know. Just
And it's so hard to be able to not let it ruin your life, especially those days, you know, when they're really bad. But I always say, like, okay, if you have a really bad day, well, then be in that bad day or that bad moment, but then let it go and be like, okay, it's time to move forward.
Yeah.
Because you do have to still be able to feel that grief sometimes.
Totally.
But to not just wallow in it and then let your thoughts feed on it and
Yeah.
be like, my life sucks, this is miserable, why is this happening to me?
Yeah.
And,
Oh, and I think another good thing was for anybody who's going through this is like joining a Facebook group
oh, huge.
and like
Yeah,
just
good
meeting
point.
people and being around people that are the same mind, you know, like
Yeah.
they just want the same things, and you can go out to lunch and dinner with them and they can eat the same things you
get
do,
it.
and you don't feel like the odd one out.
Did you feel isolated?
Yeah, definitely. In the beginning, I didn't go out at all because I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't have anything at a restaurant. I mean, I could have a burger, but then people are like, well, why don't you have anything on that? Or why are you eating a plain salad? Or,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you feel judged a lot of the times too.
totally. So,
Yeah.
it's nice to have support. I've met a lot of cool people with Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And so I would recommend that for sure.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of autoimmune paleo Facebook groups out there that are super helpful. And then, it depends on the also like energy healing and different doctor or practitioners like Dr. Axe, Dr. Mark Hyman,
Yeah.
etc. You know, they're all out there. They have good Facebook pages too
Yeah,
and support groups.
totally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out there now.
Now you're exploring some energy healing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that.
It's very cool.
It's the
Very woo-woo, but very cool.
but I was thinking on my way here, like, so quantum physics is like where it's all at, right? So everything in the universe is just energy, and these just energy, like atom particles or what have you, and then it makes up matter.
Yeah.
So our hand is really just energy. So of course energy healing is gonna work if we're like in energy testing, because it's testing it's putting two energies together to see how they react.
And finding
right?
our blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. I'm still learning it. I'm not definitely
Me
not a
neither.
pro at it
Me
anymore
neither.
yet, but it's very interesting.
But if you could look at like bioresonance, bioenergetic testing and stuff, that stuff is amazing. It's the same with acupuncture's energy healing, right?
Definitely.
The meridians and
Yep.
stuff. Yeah.
Chinese medicine. Cool stuff.
Yeah. So if you were to give people like your number one tips for healing, what would that be?
Probably like food is medicine, and I know that people say that and you're kind of like, oh God, it's so lame, but it really is. And that's how I healed my body. Like that's how I healed my lupus, is mainly from just taking out the food that doesn't serve me and putting in food that is nutrient for my body and gives me energy, and then just taking the time to kind of like do the education and learn. There's so much out there, you can teach it all yourself.
So empowering.
Go to the library.
Yeah.
I checked out all my books from the library.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to like all these. I don't want to buy them all. And
So you
I
take
would-
notes then?
Yeah, I would just take notes or
Oh,
take a little
wow.
picture of a recipe that I liked.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. And
I like to highlight in mine. So
if I like the book, I
Yeah.
bought. I love Danielle Walker. She's my favorite
yes,
against all
yes.
grains. So I did buy all of her cookbooks, and so I buy them
She's
if
so
they're
cute.
if they're worthy of
Yeah,
it.
totally. So what do you have over there? Do you want to share some of your favorite products?
Sure. So I just kind of picked a couple things that I really have been helpful for me. Collagen. Now this is gelatin, but collagen is so good for your joints, for your gut. This is Great Lakes collagen, and there's also Vital Proteins collagen for the kind of the two brands that you probably have in your kitchen. She can probably show us.
Bree probably does. I'm sure of it. Look at her go to town.
She probably put. Hey!
Yeah, there we go.
She probably put it in her pumpkin pie or her apple pie. Love that. What am I?
I need to get some more. I just ran out the other day.
Oh, I
The
love
one
it.
that from Paleo Mom. I just ran out of it. The vegetable one.
That
Yeah.
was good. That
Yeah.
was really good. And it doesn't taste like anything in your water, so you just kind of like mix it in, and you can just or put it in your tea or whatever. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Okay, for skincare, I have a couple. Beauty Counter is like my top favorite of all. Beauty Counter. Clean
Ooh, I like
ingredients. The cleansing balm is my absolute favorite.
What's
It's
that?
good for dry skin. Actually, it's like multi-use for like dry skin. You can put it on your face overnight for like a mask, or you can use it, take off your makeup, eye makeup, all your makeup. So I love that product.
Coconut oil is also great for that.
Coconut
if you don't
is
want to spend the
Chantel.
money.
Chantel loves coconut oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for deodorant, I just
Oh, that's a fancy bottle.
Primally Pure is another company, and it's
I don't
like
think I've heard of
super
that
tight.
one.
This is our new deodorant. It's charcoal, but they are a great brand, and everything ingredients are like super clean.
Primally, let me see.
Primally Pure, and they have a whole bunch of different kinds, but this is their new like charcoal deodorant.
It smells
It
nice.
does. It's like eucalyptus and
Yeah.
peppermint. I think essential oils.
I'm gonna try this one because I use Primal Pit Paste.
Ooh, do you like that?
I do.
Oh, I've heard that's good. man.
Yeah, sometimes it melts though because of the coconut oil,
And then it's
and it
kinda
gets my pits like right now they're
Yeah.
like wet.
like, this does the same thing because it's very natural. But,
Yeah,
Um,
but I'd rather have that, I guess, than anything else.
yeah. And then Primal Life Organics is another brand I love, and they are very organic, natural. Everything's like you can read the ingredients, you can understand everything.
I've not heard of that one either. And 100% pure over there.
Oh yeah, 100% pure. I love their stuff. This is their SPF 30. But they also have like makeup. They have, all these brands have like makeup, a makeup line, skincare line, baby line for Beauty Counter is awesome. Like super clean.
that's good to know.
Yeah. Because if you scan like your what's the main brand for baby like oil? Johnson & Johnson.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
a 9 on the EWG. It's terrible. And we are like putting this on baby skin. It's not good.
I wonder why they all break out in eczema and stuff.
Yeah.
So, good tips. Now, what is the last tip that you would want to end
My
with?
last tip?
Yeah, no.
gosh,
I think it's
I
like
touched
6
on all
o'clock
of
or
them. Is it?
7. I think
Yeah.
so.
I think I touched on all of them. I don't know. If you have questions, let me know. I'm so happy to help. I love teaching. My passion is to just tell my story and just teach as many people as I can and help them heal their bodies. I feel like, we're meant to.
And really, it's like healing your life because your life is completely transformed.
Totally. I'm a
You're,
different
like, not the
person.
same
I don't
person.
sleep all the time anymore.
You actually get to enjoy
I
life?
get to enjoy life.
What?
Yeah. And I don't feel crappy and I'm not constipated and I don't have acne. I don't look like 35 years old. I'm not like
Right.
acne face.
Yeah.
So,
And you're like glowing.
well, thanks.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
this
it's
is really fun
Yeah. Well, thanks for everybody for being patient.
with our
What
fun
time is it?
technology.
Oh, that too.
And if you guys have any questions, we can unmute you or comments, or you can unmute yourself. Bree has something to say.
No, just say hi. Thanks.
Thanks
Hi.
for coming and supporting us.
Yeah, thanks for listening to us be silly.
We decided that we probably should have just done a video like us two and taped it first so that we didn't have such technical difficulties.
It worked out though.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yep. And what?
Done?
Yeah, we're all done.
We are done.
You can keep talking if you want. I don't mind.
No, I think we're done.
This is kind of nice to see your face.
Oh, baby Callum!
Oh
Oh,
gosh, I thought you were seeing Breeze. I'm like, what? I don't see
no,
anything.
baby Callum.
Oh,
Look at him. He's so cute.
Hi.
Oh, how old is he?
Is that Kristine?
Almost 5 months.
Oh, what a handsome little man. He's got some awesome cheeks.
He is healing from eczema, right, Chantel?
Oh.
You should tell your little story.
Yeah. So we're on goat's milk
Goat's milk?
and trying to find any and all natural lotions to put on his skin, but we had to use some steroid cream to get it under control.
Yeah.
And now we're just using natural lotions, but
Are you still on steroid?
no.
Oh,
Oh
good.
man, it got that bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was pretty bad.
Oh.
Poor
He
bugger.
would scratch himself and bleed and
Oh, I know you feel so bad for the babes. I'm like,
I know, like you feel so helpless too.
yeah.
Because especially when you don't know what's going on and you just want to ease the suffering so
Yeah.
fast.
and he's been good without the steroid stuff, huh?
Yep.
Awesome.
It comes back every once in a while, but we can manage it a lot better now that it's under control.
Yeah, he looks good. Looks like
He's
a happy baby.
Yeah.
Happy now.
Oh, bless his little heart.
Well, thanks for being on video, you two ladies. 1, 2,
Yeah, the other two dropped. I wonder what happened. They probably got frustrated with her. Yeah. You guys are patient. Thank you.
You guys did good.
Thank you. Okay,
All
have a
right,
good
thanks,
night, guys.
You too. Bye.
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 Okay, so how do we stop recording? Let me know how the pie goes. I want the
Yeah,
recipe.
we want the recipe.